gamers, gals, my non-binary pals. Welcome to Marketing Monday. Actually on a Monday. And I want to talk about one of the worst product releases in all of trading card game history, both in Yu-Gi-Oh!, Vanguard, White Schwartz, and it has to do with Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering, when it first came out, and ever since then, has been booming. Like any TCG though, the game's secondary market has had some very high prices due to a low supply, short printing, etc. And also the fact that it was like 1996, but we didn't talk about that. Let's talk about Black Lotus, probably the most famous Magic card of all time. Even back then, this card was extremely expensive. When we look at this price graph, like even in 2013, this card was like $1,000. Back in early 2000s, the card was like $400 to $600, which when you count for inflation, is still about like $800 to $1,000. So anyways, Wizards of the Coast, the company that runs Magic, prints Chronicles. It's a massive reprint set that's 100% just reprints of really powerful cards, really popular cards, blah, 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 blah. And it leads to a massive supply gut, and it causes many of the super duper valuable cards to crash in value. It's basically like the massive influx of Ash Blossoms that we saw in like 2022. So Wizards basically got bullied by a bunch of whiny investors to establish what's called the reserve list. And it was basically a promise that a certain list of cards, such as the Dual Lands, Black Lotus, Time Walk, a bunch of other old cards, would never be reprinted in a tournament legal form to preserve collectible value. It's basically if Yu-Gi-Oh said, hey, we are never gonna reprint like Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Ring of Destruction, like Blackluster Soldier, like stuff like that, in order to preserve collector value. And the effects of this are still seen today, with Magic the Gathering still being notoriously, arguably the most expensive card game on planet Earth. When you look at any format, like outside of Modern, deck lists are very expensive, unless you want to play fucking Burn, I guess. So, Magic is in its 30th anniversary. The 30th anniversary of Magic the Gathering is coming up, and they want to make a super cool product that honors the legacy of their game. You know, so what do they decide to do? They decide to create 30th Anniversary Edition. This is what the product is called. It's not called like Magic 30, it's just called 30th Anniversary Edition. Really good job, naming team. It is a set where a bunch of super old cards are being reprinted, and especially noteworthy is the fact that cards on the reserve list, such as the Mox Jets, Mox Sapphire, and Black Lotus, are being reprinted. Now, you may be asking, Stevie, I thought you just mentioned that the reserve list said that Magic the Gathering cannot reprint these cards for whatever legal reason, blah, 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 blah. What's the catch? So, the catch is that these cards are not actually tournament legal. Think of Card of Last Will, which has like, you know, the tag, this card cannot be used in a duel. It's exclusively like a promo card, or something like Victory Dragon, something that was immediately printed and put onto the ban list sort of deal. Like these are cards that are mainly designed to be entirely for collectible value. So, you may be asking, what kind of product is it? You know, maybe every card is included in a nice little mega set, something akin to Duel Devastator, where, you know, they had like a big list of every single card that was going to come in it, and when you bought the product, you got every card. So every player would now have like dual lands or whatever. And even if they are proxies, you know, there still is a pretty big market for proxies in formats like Vintage, and especially Commander, etc., where deck lists are thousands and thousands of dollars, and players want at least, you know, some way to play the format in paper without having to, you know, feel like they're locked entirely onto like Untap or MTG Online. Nope. It is entirely a display box of 4 booster packs. It's basically Magnificent Mavens, but you don't get sleeves. So, you may also be thinking that it's a fun celebratory proxy product, and it's, you know, it's gonna be cheap. Like, you know, these booster packs maybe gonna be like $10, $15, maybe like $50 for the display case. You know, no one really cares. It's just for fun, just to celebrate Magic. Well, turns out that each display box of 4 booster packs is gonna cost $1,000. That's a lot of money if you guys were unaware. $1,000 US for 4 packs. So every Magic the Gathering creator is pissed. They are very salty. They're complaining about Wizards' history of predatory behavior. They're complaining about how Wizards relentlessly prints overpriced promo cards and special promos like secret layers and sets that the average player just cannot keep up with or honestly afford, because these are like $50 to $100 worth products that they do have to collect or whatever. And it's actually led to a huge stock drop for Hasbro. This sort of behavior of printing a lot of overpriced, overvalued product that just a lot of players are not really interested in, when most players are interested in, you know, getting old cards, getting retro cards, cards on the reserve list. That, you know, it led to a massive stock drop where the stocks declined 37% in the past year, which is fucking horrible. And it even led to people messaging Magic the Gathering creators who directly work with Wizards of the Coast some very, very choice words. Additionally, people who either work directly with distributors or may have secretly been giving packs by Wizards have directly been sponsored by Wizard to pull these packs and start posting videos. This guy looks kind of familiar. I wonder where I've seen him before. Nobody likes Wizards right now. Everyone is clowning on them, saying Omega lol, 1K wasted on proxies. It doesn't help that during this period, Wizards sent, you know, a cease and desist to a fucking custom card website, and Wizard is basically at an all-time low in terms of public perception. So the marketing team is absolutely panicking. They're like, what the fuck do we do? Magic players hate us. None of them want to work with us under any circumstances to promote Magic 30. What do we do? I know, says Timmy in the back of the table. Let's work with Yu-Gi-Oh players. So they end up messaging a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh players, and while most of them do not bite, Ruxin does. Ruxin was entirely unaware of how bad this product was, and he posted a now deleted video where he opens a box, a display box of Magic 30. Everybody hates it, and Ruxin takes the video down and is like, yeah, my bad. I was unaware of how deep this rabbit hole went. Damn, this video did numbers. 8 minutes, 10 seconds, by the way. Gotta make that mid-roll ads. Anyways, things are at an all-time low in regards to product hype. Everyone is just basically hoping, begging for this product to fail. And on today, November 28th, Wizards Magic Post's 30th editions are now finally on sale. 39 minutes later, the product goes out of stock. Kind of. Let's dig a little bit deeper into it. On Wizards' official, whatever it's called, on their official Twitter, they use some very interesting language. They're like, the 30th anniversary edition has concluded and the product is currently unavailable for purchase. Thanks to everyone who joined us today. Which is, you know, a pretty weird way to say that you sold out. Because even on their own website, they're saying that they sold out. Or out of stock. But did they really? A lot of people are, again, just entirely clowning on Wizards of the Coast for basically being like, yeah guys, trust us, we totally no longer have any product unavailable for purchase. And everyone's like, but did you guys actually sell out? Like, how many did you guys sell? How many people bought this? And Wizards just like, yeah, don't worry, people bought it. And that's basically the fucking headcanon of everyone, where everyone's basically like, yeah, Wizards pulled the product early after realizing sales weren't taking off and purposely used ambiguous language to hide the fact that this product was a flop. And yeah, that's about it. Wizards of the Coast basically bombed their entire stock value of their parent company. They bombed player sentiment, and they released what I consider the worst product in all of trading card game history, that has been the most negatively received product in all of trading card game history, without a single doubt. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'm back. I no longer have COVID. I'm still kind of sick though. But yeah.